It's been a really interesting week. I mean, just about 8 days ago, Bloomberg exclusively reported on a higher bid offered by Couche-Tard for Seven & I. And now we learned this week that, the entire management team, including the founder, Alain Bouchard, were in Tokyo, and we did get a chance to talk to them. And essentially, they came here with a message, and they wanted to sort of assuage any concerns over getting a deal done, saying that their goal isn't to break up the company, their goal isn't just part of the company, they want the entire enterprise, and they really want to sort of come in a friendly manner to try and convince both the management and stakeholders and investors that they're really kind of committed to coming in and running the business and really making something of it. And so sitting down with them, you got that sort of charm offensive coming through very, very clearly here in Tokyo.
Reid, you got to talk to Couche-Tard, but Couche-Tard didn't get to talk to Seven & I. How realistic is it, especially considering the price tag as well and regulatory concerns, that this ever actually happens?
Indeed. I mean, we learned that they had tried to meet with management, and at the moment have been rebuffed just as they were for the first indicated price for the company. On the other hand, essentially, the way that the sort of governance structure has been set up is that Couche-Tard really needs to talk to the head of the special committee, Steve Dacus, who is kind of running the show before any proposals make their way to the chairman of the board, etc. And that person, Mr. Dacus, was not in Tokyo at the time, and so really they had to sort of talk to other stakeholders and also kind of make a direct appeal, through the media. As to what their thinking is. And, it's actually quite significant because Couche-Tard is quite a media-shy company, and for them to come out and sort of be as forthcoming says a lot about their seriousness and their interest.
There's been antitrust concerns from both sides, right? And Couche-Tard may be dealing with that on the US side as well. How serious are these worries in terms of potentially, as both of these companies have in the past, mean in terms of divestments?
Indeed, that is one of the things that Seven & I cited as a concern when it made its initial response to Couche-Tard. We did put the question to the management team, and essentially what they told us was, we've done this before, we're used to it, we actually have a plan, we want to put it in front of Seven & I's management once we get to a stage of negotiations and NDAs, etc. And so they seem very confident that they could resolve any of these issues because they actually have a track record of it and really want to put that plan forward. So all in all, it was quite interesting after a long period of essentially silence that we're getting a lot of these details coming out. And look, I mean, this is one of the most this if consummated, this would be the biggest ever inbound corporate takeover of a Japanese company. And also keep in mind, I mean, this is a litmus test of how open corporate Japan is for these sorts of things to happen after years of improving governance, loosening things up, and really creating the environment for a big deal like this to happen. I mean, we're talking about $50 billion here.